Hello and welcome to another tutorial on full stack programming. In this video we are going to look at a better way of handling checkboxes in Laravel. So let's get started. So here I have a simple form with two inputs, which is one for the title of the car, and then there is a checkbox to check whether this is an automatic car or not, right? So let's look at the code. So this is our checkbox. So it's so we add an input and we give it the name. And here inside of the controller, this is what we are using to create the car. Okay, so let's just try to create a car and see what happens. So I'm going to say like Corolla and save. All right, so we get this error, and this is because that the is_automatic flag is actually a boolean inside of our database. And what happens is that when you submit a checkbox and checkbox is checked, the input gets a value of on. So let's take a look at how that is. So let's die and dump the request input here. And let's try and submit the form again. Yes, so when the since the checkbox was checked, the value is on. Now if we go back and let's see how it looks when the checkbox is unchecked. So when the checkbox is unchecked, it turns out that it doesn't even send the value in the input. So what I want ideally to happen is that I just pass this request input inside of this, and it should create the car when the is_automatic column's value should be either true if the checkbox was checked and false if the checkbox was unchecked. So let's see how we can go about doing that. So first I'm going to do it in sort of a rough way, and then I'm going to show you the better way, which this video is about. So so let's say that we get the data out of the request like this, and then we check if is set data is automatic and data is automatic equals on. Okay, so that means that the checkbox is checked. So I'm going to just convert it into data is automatic. So let me just copy that and let's set it to true, and otherwise let's just set it to false. All right. Or we could just simply do in one line, which would be better, equals, and just let's put this condition here because all we are doing is assigning true or false based on that, and since this is a boolean condition, it's going to return true or false. So we can get rid of this. All right. So if we now try and save this, so we didn't pass the data through. Let's see that. So I'm going to save it, and if we go and look at our database, so we see the car that we tried to create, the Corolla. These are the things, the ones I created before, and this was created, and so the value was translated correctly into false. Now let's try and create one with a true and see if it works. So let's go back and let's refresh, and yes, so for this it is true. Now let's see how we can improve this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a request class for this. So let's go and create a new make request, create car request, and let's go in there, create car request, and let's first authorize, set that to true. And we can put the validation rules here, but I'm not interested in that right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to override a method which is called prepareForValidation, and in this method, what we're going to do is we're going to do this merge. So we're going to merge into the current set of inputs, and what we're going to merge is the is automatic, and the value of this is going to be based on the current is automatic. So we'll say if this has is automatic and this input is automatic equals on, then we want, so since this is going to return a boolean value, so this is going to become true or false, right? So now let's go into our cars controller and swap this out with our create car request. And the chances are that you already have some kind of a request here if you are working with a real form, but that's why we have this. So mostly these are used for validation, but you have this hook, the prepareForValidation hook, in which you can transform the data before it is passed on to the validation. All right, so now let's take a look at what this data looks like. So let's say dd data, and let's take a look. So I'm going to try and create what one checked, so it translates into true. If we go back and uncheck it and save it again, now it translates into false. So this is looking pretty good. So what we can do is go back to the way the form was, which is just pass the request input directly into our car create method, and let's get rid of all of this. All right, so now let's try and create one. So we're going to let's just try and save this with automatic, and if we refresh, yes, we get that. And if we try and create one without that and go, and if we refresh, so we get this with 0. So yeah, so this is I guess this is it for this video, and I hope you find this useful. And if you have more checkboxes, you can just put them here, or you can define an array and just loop through and transform the request here. And yeah, I hope that you find this useful, and if you do, please like this video, and if you have any feedback or comments, also let me know down in the comment section below. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one.